Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast with me, Matt. We have a 1v1 for you all here on Canal Park. Here on the Western Front as the Allies are pushing into the Netherlands, taking it away from the Axis. Let's go through the players. Representing the Allies, we have Q, playing as the Commonwealth without a commander choice yet, preparing to rescue or will liberate the Netherlands from Nazi occupation. Representing the Germans, we have Professor going for Volkssturm, propaganda tactics for the Waffen-SS. So I guess the Volkssturm have been moved into the Netherlands, so this might be at the border to Germany or something. We'll try and keep the British at bay, because the British might be advancing very rapidly towards the German border. We have a rifle section coming out, double rifle section actually. Rifle sections are the basic infantry of the Commonwealth, very costly. All British units are a little bit more costlier than other factions by 20 manpower. Mainly this is you, because their base stats, despite being regular, is a little bit higher than other factions, as I understand. Brits are kind of meant to be the quality faction. And ooh, we're seeing Q doing some side blocker clearing already. Very good to see, so they are thinking ahead. And the Brits are going to be a little bit slow to capture terrain, I think. The Germans are going to be able to spread out a little bit if they use their Volkssturm, and they are. They're using them on one flank to secure some territory. And we have the Waffen-SS troops coming out here, and Sturm Grenadiers and Sturm Pioneers. Oh, we have a command choice. Looks like it's the Sherwood Rangers, so... Royal Parachute Regiment with Anvil. Interesting. Wonder what we'll see from that, but cool to see the Sherwood Rangers is the rifle section then. Yes, we have some units that are actually specialized in fighting in wooded terrain, which might not be the best stuff in a city, but who knows. They're getting the Jeep though. That might be why they went for Airborne, so they can get that Jeep. I think it's mounted with a Vickers K on top. Have a look.
Where do you need us?
Yep, that's indeed a Vickers K or Vickers Go on top of this thing. Making it very good at actually mowing down stuff out in the open. That's a very high rate of fire. Same as the MG42. Goes to the Sturm Grenadiers. The Sturm Pioneers have already set up down here. Going for the Jeep once that engagement. Rifle section is trying to get around. Oh! The Jeep is trying to get on the flank so they can deny the cover. And the cover is after all directional. And as you can see, the cover's not doing much there at that angle. And here comes the Jeep with an MG42. That forced the Vickers K back a little bit. Vickers K gets shots in on the Kugelwagen, hitting the engine. If I get the longest range though. Oh, they lost the gunner on the Jeep, so they have to pull back. The Brits are not going to win that engagement. They have to pull the rifle section back as well. The Brits are securing part of the center of the map, but the Volkssturm are keeping an eye on it. We also have another Volkssturm squad called in, so there's going to be a lot more field presence for the Germans on the battlefield. Volkssturm will not survive in a prolonged engagement in rifle sections, though. Grenade going out. Good grenade, though that suppressed the rifle section, but the sappers are coming up. One flasher coming out as well. But Volkssturm got mowed down. Kugelwagen on the field. And we also have more Volkssturm on the northern flank here to provide some fire in. Force the sappers back. Keep preparing itself. But the British are a little bit on the back foot here, I feel. But propaganda tactics is very good early game for the Waffen-SS. Due to the access to the Volkssturm. They have a cheap, reliable, well, I wouldn't call them reliable, but they have a cheap militia unit they can pump out to help secure terrain. They're only 180. That's the cheapest you can get for any Waffen-SS unit, I think. You can actually have some militia to just take over the battlefield while your Sturm Grenadiers do most of the fighting. Well, the heavy fighting anyway. British troops are just waiting around. We do have a Vickers on the field. Because medium machine gun, also used in the First World War, I believe.
Awaiting orders.
Obviously, we have the Sherwood Rangers holding up here behind this little stone fence. Get some long range shots with their Lee Enfields. Oh, they lost the gunner on the Jeep again quickly. Oh, because there's Panzerbüchse here from a tank hunter. Yeah, now the situation the British wants to be in, I feel. This park has been completely overrun by the Nazis. We'll need to see how the rifle section does. They're doing pretty good behind that heavy cover, because British do get pretty big bonuses being behind cover. Grenade coming our way though. British have lost that part of the map, that's for sure. You have the Vickers to hold this other part of it. I want to get behind the sandbags there just in case. That's a lot of Germans in the park. Yeah, well, the British will slowly try to move to the other part of the map then, I guess. No mines have been laid around. British go for another Vickers and a tank hunter section. No tech up yet for the British. Mthis is preparing for a tech up truck. You have an MG34 holding up the center here for the Mthis. Oh, and Volkssturm were used to merge with. Very nice. It's one of the abilities you can like merge Volkssturm into other Mthis squads, making it a very cheap under-field reinforcement system. It's always good to see. People using their faction abilities. Well, commander abilities. Yeah, you don't want to stay there if you got suppressed. Because K is threatening also. Ooh, the 2 Pioneers goes down. Ooh, that's big. Well, perhaps not that big, because you don't actually really need Storm Pioneers to build your base if you're playing as Mthis, you just need those trucks. In default, you hand out to the Storm Grenadier. Well, from the point of being secured by the British, but it is in range of the pillboxes. Making that a very bad idea to do. Ooh, Panzerbrück's got a good shot in. Kugelwagen's gonna go to our flank on a machine gun. Ah, but there's the right tank on the section coming to flank. The Kugelwagen has to back off. I think he just spotted the tank on the section in time. British are still gonna be able to take the point. Oh, tank on the section actually got a shot in. Hitting the engine block, which will soon make this thing go immobile. There we go. So good job there with the Boys AT rifle. For some reason it's using the PTRS model, despite I'm pretty sure the Boys AT rifle has a model in the game. That might be an oversight. There's about a captain airdropping in here from the Royal Air Force. Oh, he has arrived as an officer on demand.
Officer and gentleman, ready to go.
Officer and gentleman on demand. Just being airdropped in wherever you need it. The bank to some artillery apparently. No, that's he ordered a forced march for some reason. Oh, they should probably have cleared that cover because that is gonna be in range of a flame grenade. Yeah, here it goes. That's gonna be bad for the Vickers. Oh, very nice. And then the Blink Corp on top. Looks like the machine gun will get out of there though. Artillery did go in also, forcing the MG34 back. Kugelwagen is preparing to lead the way. Captain is around. He needs to be cautious. Kugelwagen gets some good flanking shots in. But Kugelwagen goes down. Captain has to get out of there. Ooh, and now the Vic is gonna rip into the Storm Grenadiers on the flank.
All units in friendly terrain are now ready to be
Smoke grenade going out though.
Mortar crew ready for action.
And the British need some more troops in the field, I feel like. Very low tech game at the moment, which is fine. In 1v1 it can sometimes be risky to tech up. Oh, they're trying to get close to the machine gun. And it's out in the open still, but the other machine gun is opening up. Giving the other machine gun time to get away, I think. No, the other Kugelwagen might kill it. Yep, other Kugelwagen killed it. One Storm Grenade does get away though.
We're ready to move.
Oh, we have a glider coming in. So the Royal Air Force, or Royal Airborne, is going to arrive by glider in the city. That's a very risky maneuver. There's not a lot of clear terrain for this. Just about to see where they land.
What is our condition?
Right by some Volkssturm. That might have been quite a shocker. Fun flashes going out though. And grenades. It looks like the Royal Airborne is surviving this. That's a sudden new flank for the Germans to have to do with. Very well played there from Q, just a sudden Airborne glider coming in. Although it's been too damaged to get reliable Airborne, I think. No, it's not actually, they can still recruit from it. Now this Vickers K has to set, this Vickers has to set up quickly for the Airborne. And that Sturm Pioneer is not gonna last long under a machine gun fire. Yeah, it's already been suppressed. We have the third SS veterans called in. Unique elite infantry available to Waffen-SS propaganda. You can only have one enemy in the field at a time though. Ooh, grenade assault actually got close to the Vickers and cleared it. We also have a mortar arriving here for the Waffen-SS. Oh, we also have a Recce team. A recon team basically of the British. And a tanker that takes out the Kugelwagen. Nice. That might be the end of the glider there. They did manage to get a Vickers out though, which I don't think was a good idea right there. Especially with the veterans there, they're really good with the rifles. Okay, did they not focus on? There they go. Lost one guy on it though. Being equipped with scope Sturmgewehrs. Grenade going that way. I think the veterans don't want to stay there for too long. Especially against airborne troops. Airborne troops are very elite themselves. But they have been given scope Sturmgewehrs, so they actually get some good shots in there. It is a very good squad, as I said, and they moved down to the airborne squad. Like, the third SS veterans are really good if they're used in the right positions. Just don't expect them to be miracle workers. That's not what they're there for. Airborne captain quickly rushes to the southern flank now. And the Sturm Grenadiers are moving around here with the MT-42 and the Volk Sturmgewehrs. In-game using the normal Sturmgewehr model. Oh, is that a mine? That might have been a machine mine right there. MT-34 is trying to set up. Ooh, it's lost its sight on it. There's a side blocker there. But you're still... They can get this point and get some more resources out of this park.
Right, chaps. This is what we're doing next. Listen, order.
Ooh, yeah, I don't think the Airborne want to stay there. Yeah, MT-34 ripping into them. And that's a dead captain. That's the power of a machine gun, everyone. Especially a German one. We have a tech up here for the Airborne, so they could get light vehicle support if they want. We also have a tech up coming up for the Waffen-SS. Which would be the light vehicle one, I imagine, unless they want to go straight for the Panzer Command. Depending on what they feel they need. They are fighting Airborne, so I don't think going for Panzers is strictly needed immediately. They could get some light vehicles to help facilitate their control of the battlefield. Veterans are securing the point up here. Due to them being so much on the move, I would perhaps suggest getting Gewehr 43s on top of what they have at the moment. They're probably very good with just weapons for medium range combat at this point. Looks like we are going for light vehicle support, good to see. And there we go, setting it up. Veterans are gonna get suppressed by that machine. No, there's only 3 men left. But they have been suppressed still, but they can just break suppression. And with their scope Sturmgewehrs, they will force it back. They're being armed with an MG42. Looks like they're gonna be geared for long-range combat. I guess with the scope Sturmgewehrs, it kind of makes sense. Oh, just a very strong squad. Ready to stab us down on this flank by the destroyed glider. Using it for cover. And we have some airborne forces being called in now to replace the losses. Followed by a rifle section. And gonna sit around, but they're being shot at by the scope Sturmgewehr slowly. Have to get some long-range shots in. MG42 and the Storm Grenadier suppresses the Sherwood Rangers. Smoke grenade going out. Gotta facilitate their retreat that way.
Ready to go.
A new infantry section.
Getting
is
full
ready
take up for the Mthis S2. The last truck is coming out. But the British do have a fair bit of territory themselves now, thanks to Torn the Park again.
Achtung! Prepare for action. Find cover. Prepare for orders.
Veterans prepared to flank up here. They don't know there's the Vickers there yet.
This is getting wildly dangerous.
Airborne got a good shot in on the flank there, killing one of them. Remember, cover is directional.
Supply half-track is in action. Standing by for setting of command post.
Oh, that's a very risky maneuver with that machine gun, potentially. Doesn't really have an... Oh, it's gonna try and hit them in the retreat, isn't it? Yeah, they're trying to deny the movement the veterans can use. Big guys, he hit them from there. Then cover on the way to cover the retreat, nice. So the veterans get out of there. MD-34 here equipped on the Airborne, which, yes, they can be upgraded with some German equipment. As the British Airborne, I guess, like to loot some German equipment when they got around. Quite an interesting little thing. When factions utilize the weapons of the other factions. Another Recce team coming out for the British. Another machine gun coming out for the Germans. Ooh, that mortar's gonna be in trouble.
Ready to deploy.
Because that's a very close range fight for a mortar. Especially against the machine gun of all things.
Machine gun group are ready for action.
Yeah, it's gonna be too inaccurate here. Because they have to zero in. And now they're pinned. But German Storm Grenadiers are flanking with a grenade. Saving them. Very nice. Panzerbüchse here in the Volkssturm they found on the ground. British sappers are securing more of the south, however.
Prepare for combat.
Here's the final tech truck. Machine guns being re-grabbed here by the British. The MG-34 Imperial troop, which definitely do a lot of damage, as you can see. And they are fighting Volkssturm, so that's not really a fair fight. Machine gun keeps the Storm Grenadiers at bay, who has Volkssturm in their squad now. Nice to see. I do like people actually using their abilities. And the unique aspects of their commanders, as I've said before. Recce team, though, manages to keep eyes on them. But the machine gun cannot fire due to the smoke. There it goes, the smoke is clearing soon. Oh, they're targeting something else, the veterans. The veterans are getting some very good shots in with their scope Sturmgewehrs. Yeah, and the MD-42 as well. Bring on the machine gun. Ooh, didn't kill it. It's actually ordered to hold fire, I think. There it goes, now it's opening fire. Okay, not getting good shots in though. Just one lone guy holding a machine gun, and there he goes.
Weapon crew lost.
Bofors being set up. Okay, the Brits are using a 40mm flak cannon here. Well, autocannon, but that's gonna be very fun. I rarely see the Bofors used. So color me intrigued. They can actually be used as artillery, by the way. Surprisingly good. Fires 25 rounds, evidently. And then the Bofors should make it very hard for the German infantry to do anything, I feel. Second glider coming in. Not sure how long range the Bofors has. It's been so long since I've seen one.
Dig in with air support.
Let's see. Oh, that's a long range, actually. That's gonna be a problem whenever the Germans get into sight range of it, like here. Man, it fires fast, holy shit. I landed up here, that's a very risky maneuver. There's with MP40s nearby.
Weapon crew are, I'm afraid, quite dead.
Looks like it might succeed somewhat, though. Well, at least the squad survived, not the other support teams. And all the Waffen SS elite infantry is down here at the moment. But the Bofors will deny the Germans a lot of the ground, simply because of the long range of this thing and the rapid fire rate. You know that terrain will block its shots, so you need to be cautious where you place it. Oh, we have a Vickers Go on the rifle section. Very cool, very cool.
Damned enemies
Basically giving him a
trying to
British MT-42, so to speak. We have the Zappa still holding, well, Stormpine is still holding that, trying to destroy the glider. Oh, it's still lasting. Zappa's in the center here to forcing the elite veterans back. Germans can get vehicles now, though. They might want to invest in like a Stuk or a Panzer IV. Let's see.
Let's get to work.
Bofors just sitting around at the moment. But yeah, it can be used as an artillery piece, which is... Oh, yeah, it's got a target. You can see how fast it's firing when it bursts. Oh, actually killing it as squad. Like, the Bofors is cool. We rarely ever see it. It's such a cool defensive replacement. It also can shoot down German planes so freaking easily. There goes now, it's firing again. Such a cool weapon.
The ability is ready.
I do appreciate the Bofors. It's just such a cool weapon. Who doesn't like a 40mm autocannon? I think that's why the British had a very good track record with the anti-air operations, because this thing is just really hard to get by.
Capture point.
You used as an anti-infantry weapon though. I'm not sure how much it was used for that. But apparently it could be used as artillery, which I am not an expert on either. But I guess it kind of makes sense that it could be. Let's see, the glide is taking some shots there from the veterans. It'll probably soon get destroyed entirely. It is a glider though, and they're just shooting bullets at it. I don't think it's taking that much damage. They need some... No, wait, there it goes. Okay.
Our forward position has been destroyed.
Never mind. There's an AT gun arriving here for the British, because I think the Germans realized they need a tank to get by a Bofors. I guess the mortar could work too. Mostly because I think the Bofors cannot pierce armor frontally, but it can pierce most German light vehicles. Can even get this thing faster reloading. That's nuts. Yeah, don't think that German Sturmgunners are going to win this engagement. There's too much nearby. Veterans are moving up though. And we also have more Sturmgunners. Oh, the British don't have enough conditions for an instant grade there. A Recade team and a paratroopers are trying to hold on here. Oh yeah, and Mortis is trying to hit the Bofors. Sturmgunners getting close here. They might prepare for a splintering grenade. Splintering grenade going overhead. Very good throw, potentially. Oh yeah, pretty decent. They activate some C4 now. That's a very potent squad. Grenade going that way. Dodge the Mills bomb. Bofors is going to open fire though. Force them back quickly. Don't want to stick around when under Bofors fire. Rest of the German infantry has to pull back as well. Ooh, not looking good there for the Waffen-SS at the moment. The Brits have sort of stabilized from a position that the Germans were in the ascendancy very early on. Our problem is the British are playing as Royal Air Force, Royal Parachute rather, which means they're not going to get that many heavy armored options late game. And the German is playing propaganda, which means they could get the Tiger race at some point. And that might exactly be what they're saving up for, because they haven't gotten any other tank despite being able to. They're definitely saving up for the Tiger race. Mortar's still trying to aim around. Not sure what it's aiming at, probably still for the Bofors. Pop it around in the... Oh, good shot with the mortar there, almost killing the gunners. It depends on where the shells hit, I guess. Yeah, and here we have the Tiger Ace. A veteran Tiger tank, unique to the Waffen-SS propaganda tactics. Comes with an incendiary shrapnel round instead of high explosive round. Because of double AT gun being prepared by the British, they realized that a Tiger Ace might be coming. The German infantry is going to move up behind it. Because then some Folkstorm has been used to merge with. That's good to see. Well, that's a Vickers K position though, and the veterans have walked straight into the fire. The 2 Volksturm members they was used for smoke down first because the Volksturm still don't get the defensive bonuses that the veterans do, as in they're harder to hit. So the Volksturm still get shot very fast. They only get the guns and the accuracy, I believe, not the survivability. I should state that survivability means that the models still have the same health, but they're just harder to hit. Basically, the more veteran as a squad is and such, they're a little bit harder to hit. That's really about it. Also means they're better behind cover and such. Various small factors. Not because they have more HP, like they have more bullet spongy. That is not a thing unless you're playing Soviet Shock. Then your shock troopers actually have a little bit more health than others. The Tiger Ace needs to decide where it wants to go. As the British 7-pounders are coming up here. Or is it 6-pounders? Yeah, 6-pounders. Tiger Ace needs to be cautious. No penetration. Incendiary shrapnel shot loaded. Overshot. Wrecker team got spotted though, and it got mowed down.
We've lost a unit.
That's it. The 6-pounder I don't think has the penetration it needs for the Tiger Ace frontally. And the British realize they need to get something else, I think. Because this Tiger Ace is slowly just going to start whittling them down with some infantry support nearby. German spear advancing with a Storm Grenadier. Already cleared out the gun and 1 Vickers K position there, nice to see. Such a good change in the defensive structures that they actually have to... that they can actually lose their gunners now. So no grenade on the rifle section down here. Doing some decent damage. Germans still to be cautious though. They have lost a lot of their infantry. It's not easy to commit to infantry pushes. Especially under the Waffen SS where you don't really have the resource to do that. Or Folksturm called out. Probably need to replenish quickly. Let's see that in action potentially. It is a very cheap thing to do. I know they're replenishing normally here. Might be merging with this the Storm Grenadier? Even gonna merge at all. They might not merge at all. We'll have to keep an eye on the hotbar up here. Panzer IV being prepared. Let's see, a Tiger Ace is also getting shots in. Into the smoke grenades to cover the British. The Panzer IV though, they could use to open a second flank with their armor. Or they could just use it to support the Tiger Ace, I guess. We also have an Aufklar here in the field. Scouting for the Waffen-SS. Veterans moving out here again. And the 42 gunner is definitely good at running, apparently. Running pretty far ahead. Here's the Panzer IV. Cannot be armed with high explosives, by the way, so this thing is actually not that good against infantry. I guess unless against that MD42 on top, which it is getting. Take his K position now. Tiger Ace is trying to make its move. Yeah, those Sherwood Rangers don't want to stay there, I think. They do have AT grenades, so Tiger Ace still needs to be cautious. Hiding inside this little side shed. That's Botched heading forwards. Bofors almost taken out, actually. Yeah, I can't pinch with the front of the Panzer Botched. It is damaging the tracks, though. This thing has been immobilized. There we go. I guess the 40mm are enough to damage the tracks on such a thing. They should probably just aim on taking out the... Oh, he actually got a shot there that hits the infantry. 6-pounder gets some good shots in, though. I don't think that Panzer IV is going to survive. Tiger Ace is moving up though. Loading an incendiary shrapnel shell. Overshot. Man, his Passport is still surviving. He had got a good shot in. But both tanks are still alive. British have suffered a lot of losses in very rapid succession here. And the MT-42 on top mows him down. And they're going to try to destroy that Bofors now, I think. Or they might not, who knows? Tiger is first to get some repairs. I think the British are in a very bad position here. Because now the Germans seem to really be advancing. Panzerfaust from the paratroopers takes it out after they cost their own lives. We also have an MT-42 here. Panzerwerfer coming in soon, so the Germans also going to have artillery. Bren gun on this, Bren gun and MG-34 on this airborne squad. That's a lot of machine guns. Yeah, Storm, good ideas, don't want to go there. Good to see them relocating from cover to cover. Let's realize they can just get grenaded if they stay around.
Half-track is now available for operations.
But I think the British really don't have a way of fighting back at this point. Let's do something very drastic and lucky. And here comes the Tiger Ace again, ready to combat. And the veterans now veteran C5, by the way, so this is a very accurate squad. They will basically hit with every shot at this point, I think. Which makes them quite lethal. Yeah, the British really don't have a lot. Panzerwerfer's going to start opening fire soon, I think. Double Panzerwerfer coming in, actually. Another glider coming in, though. Panzerwerfer notices and has to pull back quickly. Black is opening fire, though. Here it comes. Right in front of the battle. Very risky jumps here with the gliders.
Weapon crew lost.
Ooh, the veterans might die. Yeah, they lost the veterans though. That's a pretty big loss. Half cloud goes down as well, so this is actually somewhat worked out. Panzerwerfer running fire. Perhaps a little bit overkill, but yeah, didn't even do that much. But yeah, Airborne are getting mowed down. We have an airborne camp set up here. But I don't think the British can do stuff here unless they do something drastic, as I think I've said before. More SS veterans are being deployed. You saw their ability there. They're gonna arrive shortly.
Combat unit ready.
And here they are. It's like an ability where you call them in, I think. You don't actually recruit them.
Prepare to execute.
Tiger Ace is just an Overwatch in the park now. Next to this ruined statue of what I presume was an angel. Which the Tiger tank is just going to drive over. There it goes. Just a little bit of vandalism. Yet being grabbed there by the Folkstone. Probably not a weapon I'd grab personally, but you be you. And the Tiger Ace, I'm not sure what it plans to do next. That was grabbing the Bofors, which is not going to do much here, I think. Yeah, it's going to get cleared.
Emplacement destroyed by the enemy.
We're going out for the Folkstorm. Overall being very good utilization of the Folkstorm here. That might be a dead Folkstorm's going if not for the smoke. I think this is a British smoke raid operation going on actually. The private section did not find the single Volkstem in there due to the smoke. Kettenwerfer shots going in. Oh, Panzerwerfer shots. It's pretty good shots in. Just now going in where the smoke clears. Taking him down. But now the Airborne is on the flank. Already suppressing them. If they're suppressed, they're not going to be nearly as accurate. But we have another squad coming up though. And now they're out of suppression. I think this rifle British Airborne section is about to die. Trying to get out of there. Double Firefly come up for the British. Okay, so they are trying to do something. Let's see if the Fireflies will do anything at this point, if they even get there in time. Because the Airborne squad is the only actual infantry left. There's only a Sapper left. There's not much of a combat infantry in my opinion.
Supplies looking a bit squiffy. Line's been cut.
Well, yeah, those veterans are just mowing into them with those scopes, doing this. And there's only one Airborne squad left, actually. Both has been grabbed by the Germans, of all things. It's going to be used as an artillery piece, as the Rakettenwerfer shots land. Grenade going out, though. Bling it. So cool to see that it can be used as artillery. People always forget that. Both of us taken out for good. Airborne camp found. And the veterans are clearing it.
Sherman Firefly
there you go.
complete.
Here's the
The
Firefly.
enemy are trying to overrun our HQ. Ready for orders.
Let's see, he's still just moving around.
Unit ready. At your service,
Let's see what's gonna happen, because the Firefly is at least something that could threaten the Tiger. It's high explosive loaded. Don't think those veterans want to stay there for long.
Your HQ is under attack.
Those high explosives did not go off. Oh, there it goes. Almost killing them. Only one guy survived.
Unit ready. Sherman
Recce team to scout ahead for the Firefly. But I think the Tiger Ace can outmatch the Firefly sometimes. Well, most of the time.
ready.
Ooh, need to be cautious. They're waiting for the second Firefly, I think. They want to double tap. Oh no, they're still trying to drive up.
Ready to move. Stand by, crew. Luftwaffe reports. Fallschirmjäger ready for deployment.
I feel the Recce team should not get too close. Yeah, they've been spotted. Oh no, they're not been spotted.
Trick, isn't it?
And there we go, one Firefly taken out there. They're gonna get spotted if this Tiger drives up. He does have the spotter out.
The Firefly is ready to give someone a bloody nose.
There's one Firefly down.
Standing to. Let's get this.
Second Firefly showing up.
Ready for action. Anti-tank gun ready to do some damage.
No penetration. And another Firefly taken out. Now they got spotted. Because the Aufklar got down there. At this point, the Airborne pull back. Looks like the Germans succeeded in defending this area. Very good, cool little match. Good to see the Bofors and people using their abilities again. I'll see you all next time, everyone. Bye bye.